Good morning, dear students and friends. Welcome back to the Prithviraj English Academy. As our social science series is going on for the Karnataka State Board, in this video we are going to discuss about 10th standard, chapter number 22, World Organizations. So it's the syllabus of 2025 and 26. Of the second part, in that from the political science. So without a delay, let's start the explanation about World Organization from Political Science of the second part of 10th standard, chapter number 22. Okay. In this unit, we will come to know about the establishment of UN, United Nations Organization, organs of the UN, agencies of UN, objectives of UN, achievements of UN, and regional cooperation. We will come to know. Okay. First is introduction. Establishment of the UNO. In that background, we are going to come to know now. 20th century saw two world wars. Okay, from 1914 to 1945, we saw two world wars. After the World War first, means World War first was started by the 1914 and got ended by the 1918, and the League of Nations was established in the year of 1919. But it was failed to maintain the world peace. Please remember this one. Why the League of Nations failed? Because it was unable to maintain the world peace. During the World War II, from 1939 to 1945, leaders like Winston Churchill from UK, means United Kingdom, Joseph Stalin from the USSR, and Franklin D. Roosevelt from the USA. They planned for the strong organization. Okay, and after that they termed the world as a United Nations. This word was going to coined by the Franklin D. Roosevelt for the first time. And in the declaration of the United Nations, 1st January 1942, signed by 26 nations. Okay, and formal establishment is on 24th October 1945. The UNA officially came into existence on the 24th October 1945. That's why 24th October we are going to celebrate every year as a UNA day. Okay. Then now come to the official language of this UNO, like Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish will be the official language of this one. Now come to the membership. Right now 193 members were there. Yeah, 193 countries were the members of the UNO. Okay, membership is open to the all those are have the principle like peace of loving. Yeah, they are the lovers of the peace, they are the eligible to become the member. Okay, headquarters of the UNO will be located in a New York City of the USA, and India's role is what here? India is the one of the founding members of the UNO. Okay, now come to the aims and objectives of the UNO as per the UNO charters of 1945. To maintain the international peace and the security is the first objective, a first aim it is. Okay, to develop the friendly relations among nations, to establish faith in a fundamental human rights, to promote the international cooperation in solving economic, social, cultural, and human humanitarian problems, to ensure the justice and respect for international laws, to act as a center for the harmonizing actions of the nations. Harmonizing means unifying, yeah, united, yeah, unity. Okay, now come to the one by one. Now come to the The organs of the UNO means 6 principal organs like General Assembly GA composed of all the members nations. Each member has a one vote regardless of size. Means all the members means 193 countries were member of the General Assembly and they all have one vote. Even though they are big one, they are the small one, their size will not going to matter. Everybody has the one vote here. And they will going to meet annually, September, December. Okay. Functions are like they can discuss and recommend on the international issues. They can approve the UNA's budget. Very important this one. General Assembly is going to approve the UNA budget. Elects the non-permanent members of the Security Council. About that we will come to know in later. Means Security Council. Okay, and other bodies. It is going to act like the World Parliament. We are going to call it as a World Parliament. Now move to the second one. Security Council, yeah, SC. Here will be there 15 members will be there here. 15 members. Among them, 5 members are permanent members like USA, Russia, UK, France and China. These are the 5 permanent countries and they have veto power. So what it means veto power means? You should know about that. Veto power means veto power, we should know about that. Veto power means what? Okay, veto is a power, yeah, it is a authority to reject the decision made by other nations. It is what? It is the power, authority to reject the decision made means decision made by the other countries. Means remaining 10 are the non-permanent members. They are going to elected for 2 years by the GA means General Assembly will going to elect them. They are the permanent, they are the non-permanent 10 countries. They are going to elect for 2 years. After 2 years they will going to re-elect. Yeah, if they want, yeah, other countries will going to want 10 members. They are the non-permanent members. Functions of this one: maintains the peace and security in the world, authorize international peacekeeping forces. It has the authority to international peacekeeping forces. Means if suppose anything may be happened, any means war may be took place in between the any country or any country was not going to listen, it is harmful to the world, that time they are going to sending the international peacekeeping forces and that will going to send by the Security Council. Those especially these 5 countries will going to. Okay, recommendations, appointment of the Secretary General will go to done by this one only, and India will going to demands. India demand is what? Permanent membership. Okay, due to its global role. Now India is demanding for the permanent membership. Among those 5 countries are there now as a permanent. In that we are asking them, means we want to join. Okay, now move to the third one. Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC. Okay, ECOSOC. 54 members will be there this one, and they are going to elected by the GA for 3 years. General Assembly will going to elect them. Functions of their is they will going to studies international economic, social, health, education, cultural issues. They are going to coordinate specialized agencies like WHO means World Health Organization, International Labour Organization, Food and Agriculture Organization, United Nations Educational, Science and Scientific and Cultural Organizations. They will going to promote the human rights and fundamental freedoms. The organizations, yeah, they are going to organize international conferences. Now move to the Trusteeship Council. The purpose of this one is they are going to supervise the colonial or territories under the trusteeship until they are going to declare their self rule. Now it is not in a active, it is a inactive. Okay, because all territories got freedom. Last was Palau. It is a nation. In the year of 1994, it got declared independent by this one. Now there is no trusteeship council in a inactive because there is no places. Okay, now move to the fifth one. International Court of Justice, ICJ. The principal, yeah, most important judicial organ it is. It is located the headquarter in The Hague of the Netherlands. 15 judges will going to elected for 9 years. Once they elected, they will be there for the 9 years. Functions are settles legal dispute between the statesmen between the countries. They are going to give the advisory opinions to the UNO. India's contribution to this one is B.N. Rao is the first Indian judge who has worked in the International Court of Justice. Nagendra Singh is the first Indian president of the ICJ, means International Court of Justice. Dalvir Bandari, currently he is working as a judge of the International Court of the Justice. For the second term it is. First term he has completed, now it is second term, means 9 plus 9 years he has completed, now again he was elected. Okay. Now come to the Secretariat. Yeah. Secretariat. Secretariat will going to consider as an administrative wing of the UNO. It will going to headed by the Secretary General, and that will going to appointed by the GA on SC's Security Council's recommendation for 5 years will be there. Headquarter of this one is there located in New York, with the branches will be there of the Secretariat, Geneva, Vienna and the Nairobi. Okay, now come to the next some Secretary Generals in that. Now at present Anthony Guterres belongs to the Portugal. Still he is working as a Secretary General for the UNO. Okay, he was elected for second term. Okay, now come to the achievements of the UNO. It is resolved the crisis like Korean wars between the South Korea and North Korea wars, Suez Canal, Vietnam conflicts. It is addressed the Kashmir and Palestine-Israel disputes. It promotes the disarmament. It tackles the economic and trade issues by IMF, International International Monetary Fund, World Bank, WTO, World Trade Organization. Okay, health campaigns through the WHO, World Health Organization. It eradication of the smallpox, tackling the COVID-19, adopted Universal Declaration of the Human Rights by 1948 December 10, uphold the apartheid, imperialism and colonialism, and it is going to work for the environmental efforts against global warming and the climate change. Now come to the short summary what you have done till now. United Nations founded in the year of 1945, headquartered there in New York. General Assembly, we are going to consider a world parliament. All 193 members will be there and they have one vote each, and they are going to approve the UN's budget. Then second is Secretary Council, 15 members will be there, 5 are permanent and 10 are the non-permanent. They are going to maintain the peace and they have the veto power. Okay. Then next it is Economic and Social Council, 54 members will be there, coordinates WHO, ILO, FAO and UNESCO. Okay. Trusteeship Council now supervise the colonies. Now it is not there in a work. Last country was Palau. It declared the independent in a year of 1994. International Court of Justice, 15 judges will be there. The Hague, is there in Netherlands. Settle the disputes between the countries and advisory role also. Secretariat headed by the Secretary General, administrative wing it is, and achievements are peacekeeping in the Korea, Suez, Vietnam, Human Rights Declaration 1948, eradicate smallpox but through the WHO and the COVID-19, uphold the apartheid and colonialism, works on disarmament and the climate change. This is what the our, what we are going to call it as a summarization. Now move to the next concept, agencies of the United Nations. The United Nations works through the many specialized agencies and organizations. These agencies focus on solving global problems related to the food, health, education, economy, labor, trade and development. In that first one you have as a FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. It established in a year of 1945. The headquarters is located at Rome of the Italy. The main organs are conferences, council and director generals. Aims of this one, it will going to improve the agriculture and farming methods, provide the nutrients food for all, end the hunger and malnutrition worldwide, improve the living standards of the rural people. Next, WHO, World Health Organization, established in year of 1948, headquarters is there in Geneva of the Switzerland. Functions are eradicate smallpox, fights epidemics like cholera, plague, malaria and COVID-19, works against AIDS, cancer and other global health threats, deals with issues like population growth, environment, hunger and malnutrition. The importance of this one is, it is going to play a key role, an important role in vaccination programs, public health and diseases eradication. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, established in the year of 1945. The headquarters is there in Paris of the France. Functions are promotes education, science and cultural globally, develops the technical education, IT and cultural studies, environment awareness, protects cultural heritage through the world heritage sites. Like example, in this site we have the our India's and Karnataka's monuments like Hampi and Patatkal are UNESCO World Heritage Sites there. Okay, now come to the D1. D, it is UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, established in year of 1946, became the permanent in a 1957. Headquarters there in New York of the USA. Objective of that, it is welfare of the children and women, especially after the World War II. It will going to provide the healthcare, nutrition and education support, promote the child rights and the development. Achievements are like Nobel Prize, Peace Prize in a year of 1965. Please remember this one, they are going to ask the questions. And one more thing is that they are going to use just the fund from the greeting cards, yeah, from greeting card sellings for the child welfare. This question maybe they are going to ask, how they will going to get the fund. Which one? UNICEF. It is by selling the greeting cards. Okay, now move to the next. It is IMF, International Monetary Fund. It established in year of 1944. Bretton Woods Conference, operational from the 1947. Headquarters then in Washington of the DC, USA. Functions are promote the economic stability and world trade, provides financial aid to the countries in a balance of payment crisis, acts as the central banks, encourages cooperation between rich and poor nations. IBRD, International Bank for the Reconstruction and Development, we are going to call it a World Bank also. Established in the year of 1944, same like a Bretton Woods Conference. Headquarters is there in Washington DC, USA. Functions are providing long-term loans for the agriculture, industry, transport and infrastructure. Helps in the reconstruction after the wars and in the development of poor countries. Part of the World Bank group it is. Next, ILO, International Labour Organization. It established in the year of 1919 after the World War I as the part of the League of Nations. Later continued under the UNO. Headquarters there in Geneva of the Switzerland. It will going to functions. It will going to protect the rights of the workers and laborers. Works on minimum wage, maternity benefits, housing, social security and workplace safety. Includes representatives from the both workers and the employees. Its general conference is like global parliament for all labor issues. Achievements, it won the Nobel Peace Prize in the year of 1969. Okay, now come to the enacted. United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Established in year of 1964, functions are promote the international trade and the commerce, provides the technical assistance to the developing nations, works to remove trade barriers and the inequalities, helps the developing countries integrate into the global economy. Now come to the WTO, World Trade Organization. It versions began as the GATT, General Agreement on Tariffs and the Trade in the year of 1948. It replaced by the WTO on 1st January 1995. First it got now it is WTO. Headquartered there in Geneva, Switzerland. Functions, regulates the global trade, works with IMF and World Bank as the third economic pillar of the world economy, promotes the free trade while addressing the disputes, supports developing nations in adjusting to the global competition. Now come to the, this is what the summarization of these agencies. FAO, everything is there, you can go through it. Now move to the regional cooperation. In this one you have the Commonwealth of the Nations. It originally called it as a British Commonwealth Nations. It is established in the year of 1926. The word British was later removed and most newly independent countries including India joined the voluntarily. The head, it is symbolically headed by the Britain Crown. The membership, it is presently 56 countries. Headquarters are London, UK. Meetings, prime ministers, financial ministers and the foreign ministers of the member nations will going to participate in this one. Commonwealth of the Nations objectives: uphold the democracy and liberty, assist in the poverty eradication, promote world peace, strengthen sports, science and the cultural ties. Significance, it will going to promote friendly relations among the members states, facilitates cooperation beyond the colonial links. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, we are going to call it in short as SHARC. Establishment formed in the year of 1985. Members are 8 countries like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Nepal, Bhutan and Afghanistan. The headquarters is there in Kathmandu of the Nepal. The objectives are promote the economic growth, social progress and the cultural development. Encourage the cooperation in science, technology, agriculture, training and the education. Mechanism, technical standing and task force committees established. Decisions require unanimity. This is the major handicap. Challenges, manual distrust and the disputes among the member states, unable to resolve the bilaterally conflicts. Significance are that despite the limitations provides a platform for the dialogue. India plays a vital role in its functioning. Now come to the third one. European Union, EU. Establishment is done by the Treaty of European Union in the year of 1992. Okay. Maastricht of the Netherlands. Successor of the European Economic Community. Successor of this one. Members are 27 European countries. Headquarters are there in Brussels of the Belgium. Functions are like single market and single currency. Here Euro will go to use it. Common agriculture and the trade policies will be there. Now come to the next main institutions like European Council, European Commission, European Parliament, European Court of Justice, European Central Bank. The nature of this one is it will go to functions like a federation or the confederation. Significance are there, they are going to forcing for the peace and democracy. Member states have the transport part of their sovereignty. Association of the Southeast Asian Nations. Establishment found done in the year of 1967. Headquarters in Jakarta of the Indonesia. Founding members like Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines and Thailand. Current membership it is 10 countries only. Objectives of this one, it will going to accelerate the economic growth, social progress and the cultural development. It will going to promote the mutual assistance in the economy, social, cultural and the scientific and the administrative fields. Nature of this one is not a military alliance, purely economic, cultural and the development. India's role is not a member but as an observation nation. Sympathizes with the ASEAN's aims and objectives. Organizations of African Unity, UAU, African Union. Establishment in the year of 1964 by the newly independent African states, renamed in the year of 2002 OAU. Organization of the African Unity was transferred into the African Union. Now it is called it as a African Union. Members presently 55 countries are there. Headquarters is Addis of the above of the Ethiopia. Objectives promote self determination of the African states, uphold freedom, equality, justice and the solidarity, fight neo-colonialism, apartheid and the imperialism. So here structure as Assembly of the heads of the states and government council of the ministers, Secretariat, Common Commission of the mediation, councilization and the arbitration. Recent development in the year of 2023, G20 summit was done in New Delhi. AU became a permanent G20 member. Significance are important in promoting African unity and independence. Played a strong role in the ending colonialism and the apartheidism. This is what you are going to call. Summary of the second part, special agencies and regional cooperation. Now come to the World Bank institutions. In the World Bank, we have the IBRD, International Bank for the Reconstruction and Development. Along with that, we have the International Development Association, International Finance Cooperation, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, International Center of Settlement of the Investment Disputes. Thank you so much my dears for watching this video. If you have any doubt in the suggestion then please comment and like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.